So Drew Brees had himself a really good performance against Carolina. He's someone who he's gotten some criticism of his play in certain games. This one will get no criticism. He ended up with a 80.6 completion percentage, a couple touchdowns, and 286 yards. I think it's fair to say he's certainly not been at his best this season. He's had some missed throws. He has had a couple bad games. But at the same time, I mean, he still has a passer rating of over 105. So, again, his bad years are not other people's bad years, to say the least. And let's just get into what I thought he did well against Carolina. Let's start off with this play. It's going to be man coverage. Brees, I always like how it seems like he does a great job of just picking the matchup he likes, figuring out what matchup he likes, who he wants to throw to. In this scenario, he's going to look at Jared Cook. It's a goal line scenario, so height matters in this situation, and Cook is obviously someone who can get open. Although what I find interesting about this play is that once it starts, it looks like, Cook goes to the wrong shoulder here. I'm not sure why he looked over that shoulder. It doesn't really make sense to look over that shoulder because it almost seems obvious that the ball would go to, Cook's right in this scenario as opposed to Cook's left. So I don't know why he's turning to the left. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. This is a really well-thrown ball, but Cook is also going to be able to completely finish the adjustment, bobbles it, but still is able to make the grab. Cook wasn't perfect on that play. He kind of had a couple miscues, but the reason why it was still able to be a touchdown was because of Drew Brees' throw. That's really what did it. People are talking about his arm strength. Is his arm strength still there? I personally would like to see him throw the ball down the field more. That's just my opinion. But at the same time, if his accuracy is still there, he is still a legitimate threat. There's no doubt about it. And he's played good football a couple weeks now, this one included. This might have been his best game, honestly, this season. This one was a great play design. I love this play design. So it seems very simple what you see on the screen, right? It's cover 3 zone. And the receiver is running a route that is kind of in a gap in coverage, but, the real problem is that a linebacker is going to be in front of him. So this could work, but probably not. It'd probably be a tough throw, tight window, and, Brees, while he can make accurate throws, he knows it's probably not worth the risk to make that throw. But what's so great about this play design? First, there's going to be a play action, but that's not really anything too special. What's really great is how the back is then going to run up to the top of the screen. So the play action already got Panthers kind of out of the way a little bit, but then with that potential screen, what it's doing is that you look at the Carolina linebacker, he's getting in position because he wants to make sure that he can take away the screen if it's thrown in that area. But because of that, now the New Orleans Saints have a player further deep they can throw to. Brees is able to make that throw. It's just a really smart, subtle move right there to just get someone out of the way a little and attack in a way that he wasn't expecting them to attack, because typically you'll have that route be a little bit over, so he wasn't really expecting it to be right there. Just a really well-designed play by New Orleans. But yeah, he was making a lot of really good throws. Like this one, it's, again, same coverage, similar idea, but a little bit different. This time, it's kind of trying to get in between two Carolina players who are covering the midfield. So that's kind of the slight difference here, whereas the last one was just right behind one, but then they got that player to move out of the way. But look at what happens right when this ball is snapped. As you see right here when I've paused it, there definitely is a window where Brees can try to make this throw, right? There are two Carolina players, but this is not as big of a window as it looks, because keep in mind, either one of these Carolina players can move over and, dive, and maybe if Brees misses it, could potentially intercept it. This is not as big of a window as it looks right now. However, Brees is going to make an absolutely perfect throw that results in a first down. That's just beautiful right there. You couldn't ask for anything better. It's very quick and very accurate. And again, it's that accuracy. As long as he is as accurate as he has been, against the Carolina Panthers especially, he can definitely continue to be this successful. And again, let's keep in mind, oftentimes quarterbacks, when they sort of get to the point where they can still physically play, but they've been in the league for a while, they get better and better. And he can make these really high IQ football plays. And even things that aren't necessarily going to wow you necessarily, it still is, he can just be so technically sound that he can do all of the right little things. What I mean by that is a play like this, where it's zone coverage. He has Jared Cook running over the middle. So this is a play that, again, it can work. Usually it would work sort of right when he gets to the middle of the field, get in between two linebackers, and that's when Brees would throw. But if not, then he has other gaps he could consider. But watch how Brees, he takes the snap, and he's going to throw this at the perfect time. Right when Cook gets open, that's when he hits him. He also throws it high enough, and it's perfectly accurate. And it's like just those really technically sound plays are really impressive by Brees. I want to show this one. This will be the last one I'll show. This was the last play of the half. Where what was crazy about it was I feel like with watching Drew Brees, the game just moves so slowly for him. And this is what I mean. So, it's going to be a quick route where the receiver fakes as though he's going over the middle, then gets to the outside real quick. So basically, it's zone coverage for Carolina. He's going to essentially run straight into a Carolina player, but then try to get a little bit to the outside. So that's how this is going to work. And once the ball is snapped, you notice that, again, there is literally no separation right here. I mean, the Carolina player who is covering him is literally like creating contact right now. They're, right next to each other. You couldn't get any less separation than this. But it's okay because, for one thing, this is a good angle. Brees is very close to the receiver, and he knows that he now has an area where he can make this throw. He can make it low and to Brees' right. That's how he can make the throw. There is a Carolina player who is further deep in that area as well, so he has to be a bit careful. But this can work. In Brees, again, he just makes a perfectly accurate throw for the touchdown, and that's what I mean. It's just so slow. The game just moves so slow for him. He's so patient. He figures out what he wants and is able to make that play. Just an incredible play. And again, when Brees is on, he's really good. I feel like he hasn't, he kind of stumbled out of the gate a little bit, in my opinion, but I think he's playing really good football these past few weeks. I remember what I said in my first video I made about Brees when I kind of said he didn't play too well, and it sort of begs the question of, is he washed up, or did he just have a bad game? Because everyone has a bad game. Aaron Rodgers had a bad game 2 weeks ago. Nobody said he was washed up, but that's because he's 36, whereas Brees is 41. So when the age is there, you sort of start to wonder if that player is washed up after every bad game they have. But he doesn't look washed up to me at all. He's still doing a great job at running the offense, and that's what they need him to do. So really good performance from him, and we'll see what he can continue to do down the stretch. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Drew Brees, and could he get better once Michael Thomas finally gets on the field, if he finally gets on the field with all that craziness? But yeah, let me know in the comments below your thoughts, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.